Ever thought your puppy got too big too fast? Ever seen a creature that starts off as a tiny speck only to grow into a sea giant weighing over 2,000 pounds? Or how about a baby that could fit in your palm, transforming into a monstrous legend of the deep sea? It's hard to believe, right? What if I told you about babies born the size of a skateboard that eventually become as long as a semi-truck? Now that's a growth spurt. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today, we'll show you 20 animals that start off tiny and grow to become absolute giants. From tiny beginnings to colossal sizes, these creatures will blow your mind as we explore their unbelievable transformations from miniature to mammoth. And just when you think you've seen it all, imagine a baby no bigger than your school ruler that turns into something so large it could easily tip over a car. So get ready, click subscribe, and let's dive right in. 20. Giant Panda. When a giant panda baby first hits the scene, it's shockingly tiny, weighing just about as much as a cup of tea, around 5 ounces to be precise. But don't let their initial pint-sized appearance fool you. These little furballs embark on a serious growth spurt, eventually tipping the scales at a robust 300 pounds. That's like going from a small loaf of bread to a heavyweight boxer. While they spend their days munching on bamboo and rolling down hills in a rather adorable fashion, they grow into these large, round, and incredibly fluffy adults that can reach up to 6 feet in length. So, if you thought watching your pet grow was dramatic, pandas take the cake. Or the bamboo. 19. Whale sharks. Imagine giving birth to something the size of a skateboard. That's the whale shark for you, with newborn pups starting at about 1.5 to 2 feet long and weighing a modest 20 pounds. It's all cute and manageable until they start to stretch and stretch. Before you know it, they've reached a staggering 60 feet in length. That's like trading in your skateboard for a semi-truck. These gentle giants of the ocean aren't just long, they're heavy too, weighing in at over 20,000 pounds when fully grown. To put it in perspective, that's like stacking about 133 adult men together. Whale sharks may start small, but they definitely don't stay that way. They turn into the ocean's very own moving islands, casually filtering plankton and small fish as if maintaining their massive size is just another day at the sea. 18. Saltwater Crocodiles. Newborn saltwater crocodiles are the definition of deceivingly cute. Starting off at less than a foot long, practically the length of a school ruler, and weighing a mere few ounces, which is nothing more than a bar of soap, don't be fooled. These little critters have grand plans. Fast forward a few years, and that tiny baby has transformed into a 20-foot behemoth weighing over 2,000 pounds. Imagine that. The cute ruler-sized baby is now a monster truck of a reptile that could tip over your car in a bad mood. So next time you're thinking of a pet that grows with your kids, maybe skip the salty, unless you plan to move into a fortress. 17. Great Dane.
Perfect.
Great Dane puppies might start their journey in this world looking like any other dog, but don't let their average beginnings fool you. Weighing around 1 to 2 pounds at birth, these pups are all paws and ears. But just set your timer and watch them sprout. By the time they're done, they're towering up to 34 inches at the shoulder and weighing in around 200 pounds. That's like turning a small bag of flour into a whole adult human in dog form. Walking a full-grown Great Dane feels less like taking a dog for a stroll and more like taking a miniature horse for a trot. Let's just say, if a Great Dane stands on its hind legs, you better know who's the alpha. And here's a hint, it's not you. 16. Ocean Sunfish. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, begins life as an almost invisible speck, tinier than a pinhead. Seriously, you might need a microscope to spot these little guys when they hatch. But don't blink, because these tiny creatures have some serious growing to do. They blossom into some of the heaviest known bony fish in the sea, weighing in at an incredible 2,200 pounds and measuring up to 10 feet across. That's like comparing a single sprinkle on your ice cream to the whole sundae cart. These aquatic behemoths look like giant floating heads with fins, making you wonder if nature just forgot the rest of their bodies. Talking about huge, you can also check out our video on 40 largest animals caught on camera. 15. Ostrich. Baby ostriches kick off their life weighing less than your average bag of sugar, under 2 pounds, and looking not much fiercer than a fluffy chicken. Fast forward a bit, and these birds redefine the concept of a growth spurt. Adult ostriches can tower up to 9 feet tall and weigh over 300 pounds, which makes them the world's largest birds. It's like watching a chick inflate into a feathered monster truck. Not only can they run faster than your average cyclist, topping speeds of 45 miles per hour, but with one swift kick, they could probably end your hopes of a friendly petting zoo experience. So, next time you see a baby ostrich, remember, this little puffball will soon be looking down at you, quite literally. 14. Horses. If you've ever seen a newborn foal, you know they're pretty gangly from the get-go. Weighing about 100 pounds at birth, these little ones are all legs. But don't be fooled by their initially awkward appearances. These babies have some serious growing up to do. By the time they hit their adult pace, horses can bulk up to a whopping 1,200 pounds or more. Imagine going from the size of a large dog to the equivalent of a small car. That's a lot of horsepower. And it's not just about weight. Fully grown, they can stand about 5 to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. So basically, they start off as a big dog and end up as a gentle giant that can carry you around. 13. Giant and colossal squids. Starting life as cute, foot-long babies, these squids are the definition of small but mighty. But give them a little time in the deep blue and they'll turn into the stuff of legends. Literally. Fully grown, giant squids can reach up to 40 feet in length, while their colossal cousins push even bigger numbers. That's like comparing a Subway sandwich to a bus. Weighing as much as a ton, these deep-sea mysteries are more than just tentacle tails. They're real-life sea monsters. Next time you're munching on calamari, just think, it could have been a snack-sized version of these underwater behemoths. 12. Red kangaroo. Starting off their life as tiny, bean-sized newborns, red kangaroos don't seem like they're destined for much bouncing. Weighing just a gram or so, these little joeys are about as formidable as a jelly bean. But don't let their miniature start fool you. These pouched mammals are on a mission to grow. They rapidly evolve into the largest of their kind, standing up to 8 feet tall and weighing over 200 pounds. That's like going from a paperclip to an NBA player. Adult red kangaroos not only tower over other animals, but with their powerful hind legs, they can leap over 25 feet in a single bound. Talk about natural athletes! 11. Alabra giant tortoise. When Alabra giant tortoises hatch, they're no bigger than a hockey puck, weighing just a few ounces and measuring a few inches across. Cute, right? But these tiny turtles are in for the long haul, literally. With a lifespan that can stretch over a century, they grow to become one of the largest tortoises in the world. By the time they're done, they can weigh as much as 550 pounds and stretch over 5 feet in length. That's like going from a small pizza to a hefty dining table. So, if you're planning to get one as a pet, better make sure you have plenty of space and time. 10. Green Anaconda. Imagine starting life as a critter that's barely noticeable, weighing just a smidge more than a stick of butter. That's your baby green anaconda for you. Small enough to make you go, "Aww," rather than "Ah!" But fast forward a few years, and these slithery babies don't just grow up, they bulk up. Fully grown, they can stretch over 30 feet long and tip the scales at over 500 pounds. That's like morphing from a small bag of flour into a whole motorcycle in terms of weight. It's no wonder they're known as one of the heaviest snakes around. Just think twice before you consider a snake cuddle session. These giants are more than a handful. If you've liked this video so far, then go ahead and leave a like. And you can also check out 10 biggest reptiles ever found on our channel Forever Green. 9. Siberian Tigers. Siberian tiger cubs might start off as tiny 2-pound balls of fluff, which is about the weight of a small pineapple. Cute and cuddly, right? Well, don't be deceived by their fuzzy exteriors. These cubs pack on the pounds and fast. Growing into majestic beasts, adult Siberian tigers can weigh over 600 pounds and stretch up to 12 feet long from nose to tail. That's like going from a tiny fruit to a major league linebacker. So while they might begin life as the perfect little pet, in theory, not in practice, they grow up to be the kings of the forest. Just the kind of house guest that could eat you out of house and home, literally. 8. Moose. Picture this, a newborn moose calf tipping the scales between 25 and 35 pounds, about the same as a medium-sized dog. Not too shabby for just starting out in life, right? But give it a couple of years, and these gangly-legged babies transform into the titans of the tundra. Adult male moose can grow to weigh over 1,400 pounds and stand taller than 6.5 feet at the shoulder. That's like going from a scooter to an SUV. These forest giants have antlers that can span over 6 feet across, too. So, if they ever invite you to a game of headbutt, it's wise to politely decline. 7. Harpy Eagles. Harpy eagle chicks are born as lightweights, tipping the scale at just a few ounces. They're so tiny you might mistake them for a plush toy. But don't be fooled, these birds are destined for greatness. They grow into one of the most formidable birds in the sky, weighing up to 20 pounds with a wingspan that can reach 7 feet. That's akin to scaling up from a small loaf of bread to an adult border collie, but with wings and talons that mean business. If you thought your cat brought home impressive prey, Harpy Eagles can snatch up monkeys and sloths from the tree canopy. Talk about an overachiever in the bird world. 6. Rhinoceros.
Perfect.
Starting out in life as if they'd already hit the gym, newborn rhinoceroses are already a hefty 88 pounds, which is like carting around a full-grown adult human. But they don't stop there. These tank-like babies bulk up to an astonishing 5,100 pounds as adults. That's similar to scaling from a big human to about the weight of your average car. Or, a small family rhino. At this weight, they're not just big, they're massive, standing about 6 feet tall at the shoulder. It's like watching a minivan grow legs and a horn. If you ever find yourself playing hide and seek with a rhino, just remember, they're a lot easier to find when fully grown. 5. Giraffe. Ever meet a newborn that's taller than you? Well, welcome to the world of giraffes, where babies enter the world standing at 6 feet from the get-go. Yes, these leggy newborns can look most adults directly in the eye on day one. But, as if starting life as the tallest kid in class wasn't enough, they stretch to be about 18 feet as adults. That's like going from a backyard fence to a 2-story building. And with adults weighing in around 2,800 pounds, they're not just tall, they're like walking skyscrapers. Next time you feel proud of your few inches of growth spurt, just think about giraffes, casually outgrowing every tree on the savannah.
Perfect.
4. Camels. Camel calves start their desert journey weighing roughly 80 pounds, which is already akin to carrying around a large dog. But as they trot through life, they pack on the pounds, ending up tipping the scales at over 1,500 pounds as adults. That's like morphing from a hefty Labrador to a small car, but with humps. Standing up to 7 feet tall at the hump, these desert dwellers are literally built to store fat and water, making them the ultimate survivors in the sandy runways of the desert. So, if you ever feel bad about skipping leg day, just remember, camels never do, and they've got the calves and camels to prove it. 3. Cottontail rabbit. Starting off life in the fluff department, cottontail rabbit newborns are tiny, helpless, and weigh about as much as a small apple. These little bunnies come into the world blind and furless, barely tipping the scales at a few ounces. But don't you worry, they get their act together pretty quickly. Full-grown cottontails reach a size that's, well, still pretty small, around 2 to 4 pounds. So they go from a snack-sized treat to a slightly bigger, fluffier snack-sized treat. Sure, they may not grow into giants, but what they lack in size, they make up for in cuteness and speed. Blink and you'll miss them darting into the bushes. 2. Blue whale. Imagine starting life as one of the largest babies on the planet. Welcome to the world of the blue whale. At birth, these ocean giants are already about 23 feet long and weigh a staggering 6,000 pounds, which is about the size and weight of an adult elephant. That's right, while most newborns are figuring out how to crawl, baby blue whales are already bigger than most of the animal kingdom. But they don't stop there. As they mature, these gentle Goliaths can reach lengths of up to 100 feet and weigh as much as 200,000 pounds. That's like going from a large school bus to, well, a massive submarine. These mammoth creatures hold the title for the largest animal to ever exist on Earth. Their hearts alone can weigh as much as a car, and their tongues weigh as much as an elephant. Talk about being tongue-tied! So, next time you feel crowded in your own space, just imagine being a blue whale. You'd need an entire ocean to stretch out. 1. African elephant. Talk about a heavyweight champ right from the start. African elephant calves are born tipping the scales at a whopping 200 pounds. That's right, when these little ones make their entrance, they're already the size of a full-grown adult human. But wait, there's more. They grow up to be the true giants of the animal kingdom, reaching weights of up to 14,000 pounds. That's like going from a large motorcycle to a full-size school bus in terms of weight. Standing up to 13 feet tall at the shoulder, adult African elephants aren't just big, they're colossal, with ears that can fan the flames of any gossip and trunks that can handle more than just heavy lifting. Next time you complain about outgrowing your clothes, just think about elephant sizes. They really have to truncate their growth expectations. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey of transformations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing stories about the wonders of the animal kingdom.